Welcome to In the Green Room. I'm Kinga.
And I'm Chet.
I'm Diane.
And this is Martin.
And this is our Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays wine tasting show. Yay!
Yay.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Woo!
Is the season.
I don't have any. I'm sure.
Oh, you need something. You can't do that. We have to redo. Hold on.
wait.
Oh, here, do that one. Do that one. Do that one. Here we go. Hold on. We have to redo. It's bad luck. Ready, set, go. And it's Gabe's birthday.
Happy
Merry
birthday,
Christmas
Gabe.
and happy birthday, Gabe. Woo! Gabe.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Today's the day.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
It's the real.
That's exciting.
Oh, Gabe, here we go. You got to cheers us for good luck.
You look
Good luck.
amazing for 40, man.
He's 24. Happy 24. Merry Christmas. Happy
24.
holidays.
Oh, to be 24 again.
And we are just going to have such a fun show talking about wine, talking about love, talking about Christmas and joy and what Christmas, the spirit of Christmas means to all of us. Because it's, everybody has a different meaning. And
It's very true.
Right?
Very true. Everybody has a different relationship with this season, that's for sure.
But I'm happy to see we're all wearing a little Christmas spirit. Diane's got her necklace. You've got your red. I've got my red. Chet's got his red. Aren't you shocked?
Yes. Yeah, I think this is the first time we've all showed up all at the same time.
We all did the theme.
In the
We
theme.
did the theme.
Right? We actually did it.
Usually one person's like, nah.
Is that true? If we went back and looked at all the Christmas shows,
Yeah.
that would be so true.
That's funny.
Yeah, that is really funny. Okay, I'm going to take my glasses off. So it was, did everybody have a great day today?
I did. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Did you have a
it's-
great day?
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
Well, I had one of those days where everything went wrong, but I was thinking about our wine tasting and being here with all my besties and smiling and having fun and also celebrating Gabe's birthday because Gabe has been really great to us. So I'm
Thank you,
really
Gabe.
happy that
Yes.
He's an important part of the show for sure.
For
yes,
sure.
yes.
So I heard some advice or wisdom recently that I really liked. It's that if you're having a tough day, rather than thinking that it's being done to you, try to find out why it's being done for you.
Oh, okay.
And, I've always
what does
thought
that
that-
mean?
Well, it's the idea of it being an optimist, I guess, part of that,
okay.
glass half full, glass half empty
Yes.
versus who's been drinking out of my glass, that kind of thing. But it's this idea of, bad things happen. Bad things happen to good people. Things happen. Life happens.
Right.
We drop things and break things. We stub our toe. You cut yourself earlier. I cut myself earlier. Still have no idea what I was doing. I was juicing with all very safe equipment, and I still managed to cut myself. So
Here's my little cut. Ow, ow, ow.
and
Okay.
a lot of people will go into a victim mode of, oh, this is being done, woe is me, this is being done to me, and I've been there, so I have no judgment against it. I know that I've absolutely lived there, and now I look at it very differently. Of okay, maybe I need to slow down a little bit. It's what is this moment trying to teach me?
Well, actually, do you know what my day taught me?
Yes.
Was that Ray is really a great family member because he came to my rescue. He literally spent his whole day, taking his day off. Like he didn't do anything else to take out my water heater, remove it from the wall, take it to the store.
Very kind.
It's very kind. It had to drain for 2 hours. And prior to that, I had my water sprinklers not working. That's how I discovered that the water heater was leaking and a problem. And actually, once he took it all the way out, there was a big hole on the bottom of it where I don't even understand. And it was brand new. But the good news is they were going to, because it was new, they were going to credit it back. He came to my rescue. I have a new landscaper named Felix that was great. Chet came to my rescue. And here we are. And I'm feeling blessed to just be here enjoying the day. So I think there are some silver linings.
Absolutely. It sounds to me that you
Huge
are very
silver
well
linings.
protected. Again, these
Yes.
things happen. It's how
Yes.
we deal with them. It's the attitude that we have. It's the spirit in which we receive things.
And actually, Ray and I had fun going to the store together. We had a nice lunch together.
Yeah, Ray's
We
hilarious.
got some pizza. Oh, he's hilarious.
He's a funny guy.
He's very
Yeah,
funny.
he had a lot of fun, so that's awesome.
Yeah, so we had a great day. And it's all getting taken care of. So, what are we tasting? Let's start with one of these.
We're going to
don't
start
know.
with that one.
Which
All right,
one are we
so
starting with?
the one that we're starting with is a Montero Banter Rosé. And so I met the winemaker and the owner of this, and he was the original manager for the Doobie Brothers.
Did you confirm that?
Yes.
Okay.
And
Okay. Good.
What he told me is that every year, and I've looked this up as well, is that every year he has a party like for his wine club and everything, and the Doobie Brothers play every year, and so it's kind of a tradition.
That's
so
cool.
there's a lot of history with wine and music, and this is definitely one of them. And the rosé is really good, and it's made with organic grapes.
Is it from California?
It is from California. Yeah, his winery's in Northern California. Never been there, but I would like to visit. This is it's just a nice light rosé.
Okay, I'm ready to have you pour it for me, please.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I've poured you as well, Chet.
So,
And you as
I really
well.
like it.
so we each brought something
Great.
that we thought would go nice with a Christmas.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, she needs hers.
My apologies.
We each brought what we thought would go great with, like, for Christmas Day dinner. I'm gonna make a turkey. I'm gonna make the traditional Thanksgiving. That's just everybody's favorite in our family. So I'm gonna do the same thing: mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes,
That sounds
turkey,
delicious.
stuffing, cranberry, all of that.
Sounds delicious.
Yes. And so, ironically, right before Thanksgiving, I bought this wine, which we'll talk about last. And this is one of Austria's. It's basically their exotic version of Sauvignon Blanc.
Interesting.
Well, we've already
Yes,
tried these,
yes.
and I will have to tell you that all of these would go with what we're having Christmas Eve dinner. So my parents have a new tradition.
Oh.
Because my mom was tired of buying everybody Christmas presents because the family's getting, a little bit bigger, and the kids are
Right.
getting older, and they're hard to buy for.
Yes.
And so what she decided to do was that she makes king crab legs every year.
I love that.
So she
Yeah.
buys them in
Sounds so
when
good.
the season, which is I guess is like end of August or end of September, beginning of October.
Oh, wow.
And she's bought them from all over the world.
Oh,
my
wow.
And then she has a freezer. She freezes them, and then she steams them, and she does potatoes and
Wow.
all
That
the
sounds so delicious.
other fixings. Oh, it's so.
We're coming
amazing.
over too. What
I know,
time's
right?
that
That sounds so good.
So that's our
I love
new
king crab.
tradition
That's a good
for Christmas Eve, which is a lot of fun.
That is super fun because you are supposed to eat fish or something light.
We don't do it light. I can tell you that it's all butter and these
Drowned
and
in butter.
She gets like one year she got them from Russia, and they were like 2 inches thick. It's
Oh my
amazing.
Chernobyl crab.
That's it. Chernobyl. They glowed in the dark. They were wonderful, wonderful. Russian Constitution.
Cheers!
Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't know if I have any Russian, but I can do the
Oh,
accent.
That was funny. Well, that's a great tradition. Let's start with Christmas Eve for what you like to do or your traditions. Diane, do you have any traditions for Christmas Eve?
Christmas Eve is when my family opens gifts, and we also have a dinner. And so the dinner varies depending on who's cooking it. I made lasagna last year, and I'm going to make it again this year because everyone requested it. It's really, really yummy. It's not. I mean, it's not something you'd think of, but it's really delicious.
Well done, your lasagna is.
It's really,
I love really good
homemade. It's
yes.
really good. And then we sit out on the back patio outside because it's going to be like 80
Beautiful.
degrees or something.
Beautiful.
It's going to be beautiful.
It's been a warm winter.
Yes.
It's been lovely.
It's been perfect. And so we're going to have wine and sit out and visit and sit by the fireplace. It's going to be really fun. And then after
What
that,
wine are you going to drink with
we
the
open,
lasagna?
we open gifts.
Do you know? What are you going to pair that with?
Well, most of my family likes white, so I think this might be a good one when I brought this
Yeah, rosé. Just have a little bit
It's
more
kind of a little-
oomph to cut through the cheese.
The tomato and the
yeah,
cheese. Yeah,
tomato.
I was
I would
thinking
agree
that.
with that. Yeah.
because a lot of them don't like red. But I like both.
Well,
So I can
it's
go
great that
either
you picked rosé because Chet and Martin prefer rosé and white.
Yeah, I have to be really careful with the reds because of the sulfates and the nitrates and things like that.
Yeah.
Because I'm finding the older I get, the more that they affect me, and so I just have to be careful.
A lot of
I
those
love
give me
the
headaches,
taste of
too.
it. Yeah, you have to be careful with that.
Well,
So-
I don't know about your two wines, but the one I chose, the Austrian Prasch, is completely, the whole winery is
I'm
organic.
shocked that
That's
you like
awesome.
the one
It's
the most that said it's spicy.
So this one's supposed to be
It's organic. That's cool.
But it's 100% organic. It talks all about it. If you Google it, this winery is entirely organic. And I told you before Thanksgiving, I thought I'd serve this with the turkey for Thanksgiving, but somehow we got lost in the shuffle and served red. No, we served some other ones, but I don't know why we didn't serve this one. But I saved it. I think I'm saving it for myself.
There you go.
Because it was more expensive, and for Costco to have a sale price, I knew that, oh wow, so it's a great wine. I'm excited. Organic, which is saving the planet
One
show at a time. So back to this one. Okay, so how would you describe the
Bantera?
is it Bonterra?
Bantera. It's
Bantera.
it's a nice light rosé. It's more like a white, I would say, but it does have a little bit of oomph on the.
You didn't read yours. Made with organic grapes.
I did say that.
Did you?
Yes.
Did he
You're
say
not
that?
listening. Yeah.
Well, when I was bragging about mine being organic, why didn't you say, well, mine is too?
It doesn't
Because
have
I
to be a
already said
competition.
it.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm not.
Well, I didn't pay attention.
On your
because-
mark, get set, organic.
My grapes are more organic.
Oh, wait, this is all organic.
Yes. Martin
Wow.
said that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And where is this? It's from California. Mendocino County. Where is that?
It's near Mendocino.
And it's interesting, if something's from the U.S., it's even more important for it to be organic because
It is.
they use so many weird pesticides here if it's not organic.
Well, and then so.
How much was this, if you don't mind me asking, because I want to know.
It was
when we're
it was very affordable. It was $16.
okay, for an organic wine
Yeah,
from
for an
our
organic
USA,
wine,
That's a great
it's
deal.
very
that is a
tasty.
great deal. Because
Now-
it's really delicious.
Yeah,
Even with
tasty.
organic,
I like it.
there's
It's
about, I
very
believe
yummy.
there's about 140 pesticides that are considered, that you can use organically. There are several wineries that I know in Dry Creek, Alexander Valley, Russian River that go beyond that. They use no harmful chemicals. If they use like aphids and
Well, according to
ladybugs
Sam,
and
That's awesome.
that kind of thing.
but according to Sam, when it says organic, they have to use all certain practices.
No,
that
but there are still some pesticides
Yeah,
that
there's
you use.
still-
They're
they
just like
still
an
have-
organic
they still-
one.
Oh, they're organic.
Yeah, they're organic.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're
Okay.
maybe they're essential oils and things like that. So
Minerals,
they're definitely
yeah.
safer, but
Okay.
but there's even the smaller
Like peppermint.
wineries, peppermint,
Or
things
lavender.
like that. Yep,
Mhm.
they plant
Mhm.
daffodils or not daffodils. There's a certain flower,
Tea tree oil.
those kind of things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. We keep it away, keep it at bay. And what about yours? Is yours organic?
No, it's sustainable, but I don't see anything specifically that says organic on it yet.
Okay, well,
No.
And
Did
just
you wanna
because
do
it
your-
says
It's a
that it's not
small lot.
organic doesn't mean that it's
It
that
might
they
be.
use chemicals.
No, it might be. It's a small
If it's
lot.
small lot, it's most likely
Oh, it is a small lot.
like a family
Yes.
run, and they're not.
Yes.
Most
Oh,
families
okay.
don't use those highly toxic chemicals.
It is family, and they only make 500
Mm-hmm.
cases, depending
Right.
on when the
It's-
winemaker thinks it's
Right.
going to work for it.
Yeah.
It's
Those
a small
those,
lot, to be a
those
small lot.
kind of folks. He's probably better than organic, but doesn't have the money to pay for the organic.
Oh, yeah, those small
certification
operations,
and-
it doesn't even make sense to try to become.
oh, you wouldn't make any money.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah. It's the organic
Mhm.
certification is very expensive. I mean, there's certain things you have to remediate the soil. You have to use. There's a lot to it. I think it's amazing, but there's also farmers that are taking it above and beyond. A lot of the local farmers here is why I try to buy as much as I can from, my greenery and my eggs and that kind of thing from local
Yes.
farmers,
yes.
because they're not the ones that are using pesticides and
Exactly.
hormones and all that kind of stuff.
Well, ironically, we filmed a show yesterday,
Mhm.
or recorded a show yesterday, with a beautiful Olani Faye. She has a skincare line called Sweeter Juice,
Mhm.
and she and I, after the show, went out to dinner to Lawns at Hermosa Inn.
Mm.
And I forget from time to time that that whole property is so sustainable. I'm going to give a shout out to them.
Mm.
And Olanife was impressed because I am friends with the owners. And I walked in and I said hi to these people that I knew and these people that I knew. And then one of the waitresses came over and she goes, "Oh, sit in my section." Jess.
Yeah, yes.
And then all of a sudden we turned the corner because I was showing her the bar because I kind of wanted to do happy hour
Mhm.
because they have a great happy hour. Everything's under $10. Everything.
And where's this
And-
place again?
Lawns at Hermosa.
It's in
Lawns at
PV.
Hermosa.
It's
Okay.
Right
hidden
north
and
of
tucked
Stanford.
away Yes.
It's right there.
Lincoln and Stanford.
Nice.
Yeah.
And the best kept secret is their happy hour because they have this gorgeous patio.
Not anymore. Everybody knows about
No,
it.
we
now.
need to cut that out.
Oh,
Kid.
yeah.
No, just
I know,
kidding.
okay,
Totally kidding.
yeah,
No,
let's-
I was totally
From
kidding.
We were kidding.
No,
No, we
we
were
were
kidding.
No, I don't want to share my secret actually. And so, Chet, when you take a date or when you take,
I'm not going there if you're there.
I don't go there all the time.
What a romantic date. Look, there's my mom.
Where's my mom?
Annoying
Eight
the
of her
shit out of
friends,
us.
and they're coming to join us. Oh, and she's got baby faces.
She's gonna give us so much
Great.
privacy for sure.
Oh, that cracks me up. I was at.
No, I go to undisclosed locations.
Yeah, Chet, I would imagine you're much better at being secretive than your mother.
Well, this is a crack up because I was at Thea, which is at the Global Ambassador, and I was at that rooftop bar.
Mhm.
And I don't know when this was, but Chet was on a date.
Okay.
I didn't know he was there.
Mm-hmm.
And of
But-
course, you came in and said something. We're
No.
super annoying.
No, one of the
Instead of
managers.
just letting me have some
What-
privacy.
One of the managers came up to me and he goes,
Oh.
he gives me a big hug. He's talking to me. Oh, you guys were with me. I was with you guys. Yes, I was with you guys. And we're sitting in the bar. It was you and Sherry. And all of a sudden, Kimbrough came over and he goes, your son's here. And I said, and you guys wouldn't walk over. And I said, he's here? And I go, oh, what's he doing? Who's he with? And he goes, I think he's on a date. Or he goes, he is on a date. He didn't say I think. He said, he's on a date. And I said, oh, I'm going to go there. And he goes, no, don't go over there. And he'll know I told you.
I said, he already ratted me out. He already did the deed.
So then, a few minutes later, I go running over and I said hi. I had to say hi. So I won't do that again, though.
I'm definitely not going to be at another
I don't
restaurant where
believe
you
you.
might be
Hey.
there.
And I don't remember it, but I'm not saying I wasn't there.
You were there. It
I
was the
believe
two-
you. I
It was
believe
the two
you.
of you guys.
You
Yes,
and Sherry
cheers.
have much better memory than I do.
Yes. Cheers. So
Cheers.
I love this. Are we still drinking the Montera?
Yes, this
Yeah.
is still the Ontario. Then we're gonna try.
Okay, so how do you
Very
describe it? Before we
I
move
would
on
say
to the next one.
it's a little acidic, so this is a nice like summer wine. I think this is good to go with.
Why do you call it summery? Because I mean, it is summery, but like, what if somebody likes rosé and it's winter?
Well, I like rosé in winter, but when I think of rosé, especially cold rosé, I think that it's a summer thing, and
Mhm.
mainly because it's 7 or 8 months of summer here, so that's what I usually think.
I
And
can
it's
see
still
that.
what 70
I
some odd
agree.
degrees today.
But don't you think like if Christmas Day you're serving something at rosé?
I would
Pairs
say
well
only
with?
as a
He
starter.
doesn't. He never said you can't have it in the winter. It just seems
Yeah,
like more
I-
of a summer drink.
It wasn't a black and white.
She's like
you know,
trying to turn it into
I
a
know.
conflict so hard.
Now, like if I lived in
Yeah.
Wisconsin, I probably wouldn't drink this on Christmas. I'd probably be drinking, like eggnog or something hearty and thick and
Or an Alpine,
Guinness.
hot chocolate.
yeah, hot chocolate that you can pour.
Yeah.
That's so. I mean, and we live in Arizona, so I tend to drink more of these lighter, more refreshing wines, and I think this is just very refreshing, very light.
If you're gonna rate it, what would you rate it? It's $16. It's organic. It's from California. Yay, USA! USA! Go go go!
I would say it's worth every penny.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think it is too. Would you rate it on a scale from 1 to 10? What number?
I give it a solid 7.
Okay,
'cause
7.
I'm spoiled.
I like
Diane,
it. I
what
like
would you
it
give
too.
it?
I think it's a 7. Yeah.
Okay, 7.
I like it.
Chet, what would you rate it?
On a 100-point scale, I'd give it like a 90.
Okay.
Oh, he loves it.
Okay, let's do on a 100
From
point
Russian
scale.
standard, it's maybe 4.
So what would you give it on a scale from 100? 90 points, 85, 95, 99.
70.
That's what it is.
Really?
You just multiply it by 10. But it's
Okay,
just,
so
Yeah.
70.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, I
wow,
would-
that's low.
but it's not on the same. I mean,
No, that's low. I've never been when I'm buying wine.
Like wine, all right. If
Yeah,
you're
no,
talking
no,
about like
no,
wine
points. That
wine
wine
spectator-
wine
that's different.
spectator
That's
points, I
different.
would say it's
I'm
probably
talking about
90,
spectator points.
91.
yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Okay.
Okay.
I would say
Spectator
93.
Okay, 93, 91, and you're 90.
And 70
Okay.
from the Russian.
And I would say
I want enough radioactivity.
I would give this on a scale from on the wine spectator. I would say 94. I think it's very good. How about Gabe? What would you give it on your birthday? What would you give it?
I'm not sure.
like an 8 out of 10.
80 from
8 out
Gabe.
of 10.
An 80.
That's
An
pretty
80.
solid.
Okay, that's pretty solid. Okay,
I don't
here
know
we
what the
go.
wine scale is.
Basically, just out of 100 instead of
Rommel.
10. So.
No, this is Napa Valley.
Yes.
Okay, Napa Valley.
These guys have been making wine since 1812.
Oh wow,
So quite a
long
while.
time.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Over 200 years.
okay.
It's a small lot, like you had said. You said, what, 50 cases, something
Yeah,
like that?
50 cases. If the winemaker feels the barrel is
Mm.
gonna deserve the small lot, you know.
That's so cool. It's 200 years old.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so this definitely has more on the nose. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got more all
You don't
around than the
really-
the
Ventura.
bouquet.
Like
I love the bouquet.
the bouquet.
The bouquet.
Chad doesn't
It
have it yet.
started out. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. The petrichor.
So it
I mean,
started out,
the-
I think, with kind of like
Petrichor was a joke. Nobody
unripened-
laughed.
It wasn't
Well, it's
really
something.
that. It didn't make sense.
It does not sound like
It's
petrichor.
not a joke if it doesn't make sense.
Smell asphalt and wax. No. I just thought you were throwing random words out for a minute.
No, petrichor is the scent of the desert after a rain.
Mm.
And I've heard every description of wine, but
Mhm.
I thought I'd throw out petrichor and start a new word for wine.
There's, I think that a wine could smell like petrichor, but I don't think this is it.
Okay.
This
Because
is
it's not a
more-
desert. Where
This
the-
is more
not-
unripened
yeah.
strawberries to
Yeah.
me. This is a big, lots
I
of
think
like
so, too.
tart strawberry.
Ooh, it's very good.
Mm.
I like it.
Mhm.
Oh,
Very good.
that is really
I
good.
taste the strawberry now that I tried it. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. I'll be back. in
Wow,
one
that's
second.
all strawberry.
Mm.
It is. isn't
That's
it?
yummy. It's like
Very
strawberry.
Yeah, it's a nice strawberry bomb.
But it's
Strawberry-
not sweet. It's
No, it's not
perfectly
sweet.
balanced.
Yes, and it's not like the nose is
Mhm.
tart, but the tongue, the palate is very smooth. There's like an itsy bitsy amount of sweetness, but
Not,
I taste
yeah.
a little bit of cherry. I taste a little bit of tart cherry. You don't taste that?
well, any red berry, strawberry,
Mhm.
raspberry. I mean, you're gonna get notes around that. I took
I tasted more raspberry in the Bonterra, the organic Bonterra.
Mhm.
I taste more strawberry and cherry.
I would agree
in
with
the
that.
rain.
The Bonterra had a little bit more bite to it, so that I could definitely see it's more on the strawberry side
Yeah.
for sure. So what's interesting is that I took a sommelier class many years ago
Mm-hmm.
from I think it was Arizona Wines, and one of the things they talked about is that grape is one of the few fruits that as you ferment it and you do the processes that you do to make wine, that it will take on the chemical structure of other fruits. That's why you get like a hint of strawberry or a hint of pear or this or that,
Mm.
because the actual wine molecule it morphs into something that's very similar to that, which I thought was fascinating.
That is so interesting.
I think so too. Definitely.
Well, you spent a lot of time in that region
Yeah,
when you were in
yes.
Stanford, and
Yes.
what you find is so unique about Raymond.
Well, they've been around for so long, and they
Mhm.
have old vines, so they have to, there's a difference between the old vines and the new
Oh,
vines.
there's
Huge.
such a difference.
Yeah.
You can,
Okay, well,
I can
I don't know
absolutely-
that. What is
So
that?
when
What's the
you-
difference?
When you taste more like earthy, more green, more
Mm.
what are some other adjectives for
The
like
terroir?
a young wine? No, the terroir is part of it, but as a grape
Unripened
matures,
tannins.
yes, unripened, where you get like
Oh.
real tartness, like they're going for intense flavors, but it's not like the traditional intense flavors that most wine lovers like. So it's like the wine industry in Arizona 10 or 15 years ago.
Yes.
The wines tasted young.
Yes.
It's hard to describe.
Yes,
Now they're
I agree.
tasting older and older.
More worldly.
More worldly.
Yes. More
and
balanced.
right.
Mhm.
And the terroir makes a huge difference.
Mm. So it takes time to cultivate it.
Absolutely.
more petrichor into it.
The grapevines, as they mature with age, their flavor profiles change. That's why like old vine zins there's the grapevines that are over 100 years old,
Wow.
and they have a different flavor
100%.
than the ones
yes.
that are young. They just
Yes.
do.
Yes.
Mhm.
So this is
So
older,
it's very
more
quaffable.
complex.
Mhm.
It's very quaffable
Well, and a little bit more complex also for
and
the older.
complex. Okay.
And then rosé is normally
So then would you
made a lot
say,
with Pinot Noir grapes.
is this the
This one has
younger?
a tiny bit of Chardonnay in it.
Is the Bonterra more
I think it,
young wine?
I would guess yes, but I'm not sure.
Can somebody Google that? How old is that winery?
This is a 2022.
But
So
how old is that winery?
It's
Because that one's 200
It's younger.
years.
It's
Probably
younger.
not 200.
well, it's not
No.
200 years. Bonterra's probably been doing it for 40 years.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Well, how do we find out?
I don't know.
Gabe, can you Google how
wonder.
many years
I can Google.
Bonterra has been
I
a
can
winery? Please. In California, please.
I'll Google it.
Oh, Chet's going to do it.
Just continue talking though. You don't have to sit and wait.
Okay, so I would rate the second one a 95, 96 on the points. How would you rate it? I love it.
I think
for
so
rosé.
too. Actually, for rosé, I think it's even higher because some rosés are just too sweet and florally for me. This one I think is perfectly balanced. So I would
I
say
agree.
I would say at least a 97, 98.
Okay, all right, 97, 98. It's very
I
good.
give it 93.
93. 93.
No,
So-
this is really good.
And what would this cost? Like, if for our listeners out there, if they're gonna choose a wine for
This
Christmas,
is it's probably gonna be $36
okay.
retail.
Mm-hmm.
But in a restaurant it'd be more,
Right,
obviously.
right.
Oh, obviously, in a restaurant, it'd be 150. 100,
Probably double. I always figure double. Yeah.
depending on where you are. Okay, so
Right.
so
That's
it's
about right.
36, so 80.
But
Very,
I
very
think
good.
it would pair well with any appetizer you have before the meal.
Mhm. Any fish
Yeah.
would be really
Like
yummy.
the little goat cheese appetizer that we saw online.
Yes.
That would be perfect with it.
So
Mhm.
goat cheese with pistachios and
Yes.
hot honey,
Pomegranate fruit.
Oh,
pomegranate
honey.
fruit.
Oh,
Where's this at?
I
Oh,
know.
Sounds yummy.
It would go so perfect with this. This
It
be
would
perfect.
go so perfect. So wait, let's think of all the ingredients. It was pomegranate seeds and pistachios,
Pistachio nuts, and it was goat cheese
goat cheese, and
And
hot
it
honey,
was
and one
hot
more thing,
honey,
and fig
apples.
jam,
and apples.
and fig jam.
Well, the apples were cut into stars. Remember, they were
Yes.
like an ornament.
You have a good memory.
It
And
looked
fig
so
jam.
delicious.
Bonterra has been going since '93. So
So
like
30 years.
Yeah.
That was close.
So
Yeah.
very
That was
young
close,
wine.
yeah.
That's very young. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But he also could have purchased a winery that had vines growing for a while. So it depends because there's a lot of wineries like Brad. He doesn't actually own any property necessarily, but he has the rights to the vineyards and some of those grapes have been there, longer than the people that
Oh,
own
so
them.
he rents where he makes his winery?
Yes, he does. He has
Okay.
some angel investors that kind of take care of because he doesn't come from money, and a winery takes a lot of money to start and run, and so he has amazing angel investors who love his wines, love his concept, and basically help him with all that.
Oh, awesome.
You know the
awesome.
saying, how to make a small fortune in the wine business is to start with a large one.
That's right. Exactly. Yes.
Cheers.
That's
a good one.
It's
yeah,
true.
It's true.
It's
It
Okay,
is
and
true.
this, okay, and this I'm gonna tell them.
If
I'm
some
gonna
of those
text
like
them.
high risk thing you can spend money on, I think right next to racing horses.
Well, this is
Those
kind of
are
a funny
just
story.
I would agree. I
But
mean, it
those
takes
are so
3 years. If
expensive.
you plant a grape plant and you have to take care of it and love it for 3 years before it even starts producing wine-worthy grapes, and then it's another probably 20 years before it's really good.
Mhm.
Like it's crazy
It's
how
such
much risk these people put
And then
into
if
it.
the weather doesn't
Right,
cooperate, or
And
there's
then
a
like
fire
a barrel
or
costs
something,
$1,000 now, so you've got to figure
Just
out.
for
Well, it's funny
French
because you say that it costs so much money to own a winery and rent
Mhm.
a winery and do all that with winery. So I have a funny story, and I'm not going to say their names or anything, but and they'll be listening to the show because they are following
Mhm.
the show, and they said they're going to be listening. And I said we'll talk about them. But we had a nice dinner at City Hall.
oh my
Steakhouse.
god, it was so much fun.
You start telling.
Yes.
Tell the story.
So we met this cute couple that were next to us, and they were dining, and the husband, they were splitting a iceberg wedge,
Mhm.
and so she said, "What are you having?" And he's like, "I'm like a lady. I'm splitting a salad." But it turns out that they started visiting us then after that, and
But you have to say how they describe what he looked like.
oh, you can do that.
Okay, so he was covered in tattoos, and he had all these bracelets,
Mhm.
and he has little he had one of these goatee things,
Okay.
one of these things, and
Really
he did,
long and white.
He didn't look like a
Pointed.
CEO that
And
runs
pointed.
companies,
Okay.
and he didn't look like he owns wineries.
No.
Right.
That just means you're judgmental.
I'm not. I'm
Yes,
the
it
one that
does,
started
because
talking.
nowadays you
No.
can look like anything and do
No.
anything.
No.
So that was you being judgmental.
I wasn't judgmental. Meaning,
What do you mean you said he doesn't look like a CEO? And that statement in of itself is judgmental. You can look like anything and be a CEO.
Okay. Well, anyway, he didn't look like that because he was wearing just a T-shirt and just. But I didn't care. I just started talking to them. I wanted to be their friend anyway. I didn't care, and I just was like, hey, what are you guys eating? That salad looks good. And then he said, this salad's so good. We come here all the time, and we split the salad. I'm like a girl. Like you said.
Which is also judgmental.
True.
But anyway, so then, like, we talked to them a little bit, and then our food came, and I go, let's take a break. We want to eat our food. It's just like, cut and dry, we're going to eat our food. And we did.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed our food, and then we started talking to them again, and they were so cool. He has had to move to different places to run these companies, and she didn't want to move. So they're husband and wife, but they live in different states. They have like many homes, and they don't live in the same state. And he said, that's how we get along. That's how we survive. He said, otherwise we kill each other. So it was really cool. So he's living in Arizona right now. And anyway, we're going to see them again in January.
But they do own a winery.
Yes. And that's what we're talking
Yes.
about, wine. And it was just just don't judge a book by its cover.
Like how you did.
I didn't. I didn't judge them. I wanted to be their friend.
You already judged by saying he didn't look like a CEO.
I didn't think he was a CEO.
Covered in tattoos like it was a bad thing.
No, I like tattoos. No, I like it. I might check.
Well, then you should think it looks like CEO, baby.
You didn't know that once I become a grandma, I'm going to show up with all tattoos here and down, and my hair's going to be green.
This is scary. Reasons to never have kids. I don't want them to be scared. That's
I don't even know
terrifying.
how to respond to
helping.
Like
that.
a biker trash grandma.
I don't even know how to respond to any of
Come on.
that.
Cheers! Okay.
Cheers.
People
Green
don't know
hair. What the heck?
Okay, so does everybody that's watching this and listening want to hear a funny story? I'm actually
I
wearing
do.
my Christmas robe.
Oh, that's right. This is the Christmas show. We went off track on that one.
The one thing I
my
will
goodness.
say, while we're on the topic of being judgmental about tattoos,
Oh my gosh, I'm not. I'm gonna be covered in them.
though the people that are getting
know what
these
you want me
face,
to
the
do?
people that are getting these crazy face tattoos, that trend is insane to me. Like, have you seen this? People that get like spider webs over their eye. Literally, the only person that pulls it off is Mike Tyson. There's only one person that can do it.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's just like kind of funny to me because it's happening more and more.
Yes.
And then so many of them have to get them removed, and it's so painful to get a tattoo removed. It's more painful than getting the tattoo initially. So I've just been watching these funny videos of young people getting tattoos laser removed from their faces, and it takes like 5 or 6 sessions
Okay,
to get
I'm gonna
one
say-
tattoo removed, and each one is so.
I'll be judgmental right now. If you get one on your face, that's really weird. That's super weird. to
Okay,
get
and
one
then
on your
the
face.
creepier thing, there's people
That's
that have
really
been
weird.
getting their eyeballs, the whites, their eyeballs tattooed black, so their
Oh,
eyes are
good
just
grief.
fully black.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah, it's the wildest thing I've ever seen.
There's,
Oh,
Yeah.
Have
don't
you
do
seen that?
Oh,
Yeah,
I would
it's
say
pretty
no,
wild.
Don't do that.
Are you telling me that's what you want to do?
Oh,
Because I'll still
100%.
love you.
What do you mean? When you go green hair sleeves, I'm doing the black eyeballs and full
Oh, no.
full spider nest
Somebody
over the
save us
I'm
face.
getting a
all.
butterfly on my cheek.
But I actually am a fan of tattoos, but I just have yet to see one on a face that looks good. Besides Mike Tyson, he does it. But that's
Yeah.
I think it's cute when like a son or a daughter says, "I love my mom," has a tattoo. I approve of that.
Well, both of my kids,
Is that going to happen?
No.
Chet?
both of my kids have said that they're going to get "Protect Your Joy."
Oh, I love
Tattoo.
that.
Because it's a
that's
song
cute.
that my daughter and I wrote together,
Oh.
and so
Oh, that's cute.
and if they do that, then I will get one with them.
Oh,
cool.
that's so
That's cool.
cute.
But they haven't got
Oh,
one.
that's
I
so
think that's
cute.
it.
I'm not doing it until they do it.
Oh, that's so cute. So I have a friend who has 3 kids, and one of the kids died.
Mhm.
And so all the rest of them, like the mom, the dad, and the kids, they all got tattoos that say, I love a heart.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's a good reason.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I just don't. I've been wanting to get a tattoo of my like DJ logo.
Oh yeah, you should.
But I just don't want to back out of it once it starts because I hate. There's one type of pain I hate more than anything. It's that poking needle type of pain. Like, I don't mind like
do it.
like
do
my
it, do it, do
freaking
it.
broken leg didn't even hurt. It like that didn't
Mhm.
irritate me as much as like that poking of like getting a shot. And that's basically when I've asked friends what it feels like. They said it basically just feels like that over and over again. And
How about this? We do it on the show. Let's get a tattoo
No.
artist.
No.
Alice
Hell
Cooper has
no.
I
No.
met a famous tattoo
No,
artist
not
in
it.
Hawaii that does the most famous tattoos all over the world.
Hard
And
pass.
so the one thing I've been thinking about
Let's
is
do it on the
maybe
show.
getting one that's tiny because like it's my logo. It doesn't matter how big
Yeah.
it is. So I can just get a super small one. So that way, even if it hurts really bad, I can like suck it
It's
up
quick.
and be like, all right, this is gonna be like less than 10 minutes or something. But I don't know. I still have kind of also thought like, is that even worth it? Then that just looks dumb. It looks like you have like a fucking sticker on you. So
I'd rather just put a sticker on my
I've had interest.
so much
Why
less
not?
painful. And the only times
like
I'm
this
gonna
idea,
go
yeah.
see,
I mean-
the only
I mean-
time, right, is
Yes.
probably when I'm going to one of Chet's shows. Is
You
the
can
only
take it
time I'm
on
going to
the
show
road.
my tattoo.
Who's
So
gonna know?
We found a great
you could-
alternative here. Stickers.
if you could just get some of those, skin tattoos that are like not iron.
Oh,
on,
the
what are
henna
they?
ones.
Yeah, no. What are
temporary.
the temporary ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could just
They
get
are.
your
It's
temporary
henna.
ones.
Yeah, they are.
That's actually a cool
They
idea.
actually look
I would
really good.
totally get a temporary junk.
Oh, that's a
tattoo.
good idea.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we might have to
They
check
look
those
good.
out.
No, they do look good. I've
Oh.
seen
All
them.
right, so let's get somebody on the show
Henna.
that can give us
Henna tattoo.
perfect.
No, they look really good, and then they're temporary.
Oh,
like it.
that's so. Or you can get one of the ones.
You have to
where
be careful about where you get them though, because
Why?
there were basically black market henna tattoos that were going around that were burning people, so it was scarring the
Stop it.
image onto you. Yeah,
Uh-oh. Let's
yeah.
try
Well,
this.
no, but if you get a safe henna tattoo, ever since that happened, now there's like henna certification. So like a place that's selling them has like a thing that where you can tell it's legit, good quality
Look at
henna
that.
tattoo, and then you're safe. Because it was kind of a big issue like a few years ago. A bunch of people, because henna tattoos, people were get them for like their kids and stuff because they're just temporary. It's like a sticker, and so a bunch of kids were
It's
burned.
like a sticker.
Well, that's what it's just a temporary tattoo.
Well, is that
It's
like?
like face paint.
Well, hold on. I know what this stuff is. I wasn't born yesterday, so they have Sports Illustrated swim issue, and sometimes they've had the girls have a swimsuit where they're
That's
they're
paint.
totally
That's body
naked,
paint. That's different.
and they did a sticker all over their body.
That's body paint. That's not the same thing at all.
What's the difference?
Body paint is applied by like an artist, like stroke by stroke, like literally what it sounds like. It's actual
superficial.
paint.
It's superficial.
So you take a shower and it washes off.
Well, not
Right,
take
the
more than
henna
one shower.
soaks into
more
your
than one shower.
skin.
It goes into the skin. Yeah.
Yeah, henna soaks into your skin.
It lasts
the
like a
body
couple
paint
months.
Doesn't
Yeah.
as much.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
so a henna tattoo lasts months, but the swimsuit issue, where they
That's
just
paint. Yeah.
it's a paint.
It
I
takes
thought-
a while to wash it off, though. But yes, 'cause
Okay,
it's kind of
okay.
like permanent paint, but it's not permanent.
Because I think you should do a deep chetty that's paint all over your body and you don't have to worry.
No, that's okay. Not a good idea. Hard no.
Okay, what are we drinking now? Let's change the subject. Segue.
So
This
this
is-
is your Austrian.
Oh, my organic.
This
Your
is-
peppery
that's
Sauvignon
right.
Blanc.
This is your
Can you just-
Schwarzenegger. Wine. It's from Austria. It'll bump you out.
It's a bump. It'll bump.
We don't know what sound he makes.
It'll bump you up.
That's right.
It'll
It'll
bump
make you
you
governor
up.
of California.
So it's Prash. How do you pronounce that?
You might know.
Prash.
Brunch. See, yes, yes, I think it's brunch. Like you
Arnold
said, yes.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, another famous celebrity who was married to, a model and then cheated on her with that random housekeeper.
I know, that's crazy.
Well, because everybody's talking about how MGK cheated on Megan Fox, who's like, it's like kind of the same thing. We're like, how do you do this? It's like this wild phenomenon of celebrities cheating on these amazing women. It's wild. But Schwarzenegger made me think of that because
Well, he's pretty amazing too.
have you seen the housekeeper who he had the son with?
I have.
So
It's shocking.
It's
So,
shocking that he was
it
ever
is.
attracted
It
to
is.
her. Yeah,
I
especially
did
considering
not-
who he's married to.
I did hear very
You
crude
didn't-
advice
Yeah.
He's
one
like,
day.
get over here.
Is that be careful who you date, no matter what new person.
Well, he was obviously drunk. Hold
I
on.
know, but
He
no
got
matter
home.
what new
He was so
person
drunk he didn't
comes
know.
into your life,
Uh-huh.
there's someone that it was tired of fucking them.
That's crazy.
I know, right?
Which is
Oh
so
my
funny
God.
because he was
It's
so
terrible.
I
famous.
never
He
thought
literally
of
could
that.
have.
It's
That's
terrible.
But he was so famous and loved by so many people. He could have hooked up with anybody, and he
I
picked.
know. Who could have imagined someone would have broke up with Machine Gun
Have
Kelly?
you- wait,
I
wait.
just
Can I tell
He
you guys-
cheated on Megan Fox.
I know.
He like what? The fact he ever even
she
got
still with
Megan-
him?
No, she broke
Oh,
up with
no,
him.
she's-
But
but
the
she hasn't
fact,
shot- yes,
but the
she's
fact
out.
that he ever got her is crazy because he's like a tall dweeb. Like he's like
But that proves,
kind of ugly.
But that
What-
proves that personality and charming and talking in a sweet voice like you talk to a little
Well, it's-
dog.
That's not what it's about. It's about like a weird, like phenomenon of men that are with super powerful women of cheating on them. Like why? What causes that?
No, what happens is they've got somebody barking at home at them, and then they're with somebody that's like talking in a sweet little voice, and they're like, I want to be with that.
Mm.
I don't want to be with this barker over here. I want to be with somebody that's
So,
talking. in a
so
sweet
you think it
voice."
was Arnold Schwarzenegger's wife's fault then?
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Do you know why I think that? I'm not going to tell you who.
That's a
Hold
wild.
on.
That's a wild stance to take.
Do you know,
It was her fault for him banging the maid.
Okay, hold on. I'm not going to say who.
I don't think you're
Do not say
convincing
the
me.
celebrity
I'm not
that
going to be convinced.
You used to spend the night at some celebrity's house, an athlete's house, and you would come home and say that she was always yelling.
What are you talking?
Okay, we'll talk about it after the show. I'm not going to
This
divulge
sounds
who
like
it
it
is.
could get us in trouble.
Let's go to the wine. Okay, so this prush is very organic.
Crunch.
It's
I just still can't believe your viewpoint. It's so misogynistic. It's like it's that dumb bitch's fault for talking. What? I
That
can't
is
believe
crazy.
that stance.
okay. Well, I was once in a relationship with a very handsome man.
Mm.
Once upon a time.
Did he cheat on you? And was it your
No.
fault? And what are
But he
you
was always
talking about?
barking nonsense.
What
So
does
I-
that have to do with?
So
what
I
we're
could have
talking
gone with
about?
the landscaper. I could have been like, "Oh, come here, because you're sweet to me."
You're just making yourself sound like an asshole now. You're just doubling down on
I'm
the
just
dumb.
a joke. It's all a joke. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, I don't think it was
No.
Megan Fox's fault. I think it was
When
MGK's
somebody's mean to
fault.
you and somebody's talking rude to you, if somebody's always complaining,
It's 100% because he was insecure. She was not being mean to him. Like, where are you fabricating this from?
Wait, who wasn't being mean?
Megan Fox wasn't being mean to MGK, and Arnold's
I
wife
know.
wasn't being mean to
How do you
Arnold.
know?
How do you
Were you
know?
there?
There were
She
no
could
reported
be-
incidents. There's no
Oh,
reported
that's your
incidents
new
of.
girlfriend. That's what it is.
What are you talking about?
He broke them up.
You're just fabricating this insane
This is what happens when you don't
conflict
tell your
for no
mother
reason.
who you're dating. She will make up stories.
And then I
So,
saw,
pretty
we'll have
sure
to have
Machine
I
Gun
saw
Kelly
apparently
think you're
it
cheating
also
with
just
his
happened
wife.
to Sabrina Carpenter. Apparently, her boyfriend cheated on her, and she's like the biggest, most famous, beautiful pop star right now. So it just happened to Megan Fox and Sabrina Carpenter.
But question: do you think beauty is only on the surface?
No, my point is that guys out there shouldn't start dating a woman if they're gonna fool around and waste people's time and break hearts. That's fucked
Well,
up.
I
Maybe-
agree with that, yes.
But
Yeah.
maybe it's.
And I can't believe you're blaming Arnold's wife.
Well,
Well, I remember the show When Harry Met Sally,
Mhm.
and he was saying men and women can never be friends. And she's like, why? I have plenty of men friends. He said, because the sex thing always gets in the way. And he's like, she's like, what? I have plenty of men friends, and they don't want to have sex with me. And he said, you don't know, but they all do. And she said, okay. She's all proud of herself. What if you're not attracted to them? Then you can be friends. And he said, no, you pretty much want to nail them too.
Silly Crystal. It's like the,
Oh,
it's
I
like
know,
the 30th or
right?
40th
I know, right?
anniversary.
It's
It's,
so
That's
funny.
so funny.
I don't want to prove it, but I think it's funny.
but that is funny, and I think.
Well, the
I
wild
think
thing
that
is
true.
there's a high percentage of guys that is
Okay,
true for.
But okay, so hold on. Please don't interrupt this part. I'm gonna say, what about the king? What's his name? Charles. King Charles. or-
Elvis?
No.
You said the king
Princess Diana's husband. He cheated
Yeah,
on
Charles.
her with that.
with Camilla.
Yes.
Who's now the queen?
Yes.
So she's on the list too. Do you blame her for yapping like you were talking
Yes.
about? Oh,
Yes.
really?
Oh yes. Oh,
Oh.
yes.
So here's an interesting.
He could be with
here's
any
an
woman.
interesting-
Why is he with Camilla? Because Camilla makes him smile. Camilla makes him.
See,
This is an interesting take here. Pro cheaters because it's the woman's fault for
Yeah.
being annoying.
Yeah.
Well, regardless of the fault,
Yeah.
I believe that
Yeah.
it is a dark path.
Who wants more
to
pepper?
take. I'm good.
Oh,
I think it's a
that's
dark path to take to be a cheater.
Okay, that's good.
I have been in relationships. I'm good. I've never cheated, but I have been cheated upon.
Oh, that's
Um,
right. Your major. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't say it. That's right. He
and-
was. And look how handsome he is.
You were trying to say it's his fault.
It is.
Well,
He was
It
happy?
is.
I will have to say it's 50%.
It is his fault.
It's in any relationship, it's 50%. It's 50%
This
my
is a
fault,
great topic.
50% their fault. I'm not assigning blame, but the idea is or the point I was trying to make is that you've heard of Dante's Inferno.
100%.
Okay, so what that story is about is the journey of a soul of someone who cheated on the person that they loved, and their descent into hell after they did that.
Oh.
And that's always been kind of my guiding light, because I know that because I've it's just not one person who's cheated on me. It's multiple people have, and they've all ended in a less than positive situation where I feel like I'm in an amazing situation. So there's something to that. I think that there's I think that I've moved to a place of compassion for the cheaters, because I believe that they go through a lot, but I also know that the people who have been cheated on go through a lot. But again, it goes back to what we talked about at the very, very beginning. How can you see it as being done for you rather than being done to you? And I'm going to bring that around back to the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Is that
Segue,
that
thank you.
is
Thank
that
you.
is what the Christmas spirit is looking at all of that type of thing as, is it positive, is negative? I could be very bitter, and I have the most amazing life that I could possibly have, and it's partly due to the fact that those women did that to me. And in some weird way, I'm grateful to them, because my life rocks, and it wouldn't be this good unless I would have gone through that pain.
And good.
But one
good
thing I
things
have
are
to
bad.
unpack on though is
Yeah.
that it's 100% their fault. It's not your fault at all. Because
When you're
if they
cheating.
have any
Uh,
if they had any true respect or love for you, they would have called you, broke up with you before it happened.
I
You would
think-
For
think
people,
so.
I think for
You
people
would
to
think
have
so,
to go through with the fact of cheating,
Prove
they
them wrong.
have to basically want to stab you in the back to continue going through with it. Because how else could they separate those two things, like a commitment and then breaking that commitment? You are 100% choosing to screw that person over by doing that. That's your fault, not the other person's fault.
I love that you're thinking that, and that's a whole, like, that's an hour and a half, 2
We'll do
hour
another show about that.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Show about
It
that.
is.
So, and that's why
Future
that's
show,
why I
future
go
show.
back
That's
to,
good
I
show.
think
Good
that
show,
there's a lot
Okay,
of
so-
trauma associated with people who cheat. I think that they have been traumatized. I think there's a lot deeper, I think it's a lot more complex than what you're talking about. And I think that there's a huge consequence to it. And until you've been through it, on either side, you can't even begin to understand the consequences. Because as I know, the people that cheated on me regret it.
But where this
Well,
started was how these like absolutely, supermodels are getting cheated on by these guys that don't deserve
Right, they
them.
could be
That's how
awful. They could be awful
yes.
behind closed doors,
Yes,
right? And so,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
I look back on my own relationships, and was I the best person in that relationship? Probably not. There's probably things I did. Of course, not probably. There's absolutely things I did to drive that person away into the arms of another person. I've had to take ownership of that, and because I have,
It
I'm
made you a
a
better person.
much better person and a much better partner to the person I'm with now.
So this Christmas holiday, if you're in a relationship, because that's what we're talking about.
Well, and the
Christmas
sad part is that
wine.
there are some people out there that are so broken, they literally like the act of cheating. Like, that's what they enjoy.
Well, that's a whole
That's
different
born,
show.
and then that's born in trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again,
Well,
that's a whole different
I
show.
had
That's a whole
a
different
woman
show.
come on
Yeah,
to me
you're right.
trying, and I pushed her off after like 30 seconds. I was like, wait a second. Like, 20 minutes ago, I thought you said you have a boyfriend. She was like, I do. He's not here right now. I was like, no. Like, I cannot do that.
Good job.
And then once she realized that I was like, realized it was wrong, she was even more like trying to make it happen. So it was like this weird dichotomy of like
People like
people
Yeah.
want, literally, they like enjoy the fact that it's naughty and like
That's horrible.
basically stabbing the guy in the back. And then
Oh,
it was
okay.
so
Yeah.
weird too because she and her boyfriend came with our group to a like concert, and I like wanted to tell him. I'd be like, "Yo," and then they ended up breaking up a few months later, so I didn't have to. But it was just a wild thing to witness that that's a real thing. That like there are people that
That's scary.
specifically
I
like
think so,
enjoy
too.
cheating, and her poor boyfriend. Who knows how many guys she did that with?
Oh my God.
Yeah. So.
Oh, no wonder why that's what he wants to talk about. Because it happened to you.
Well, this happened a year ago, basically, but it just relates to the conversation because it goes to show there's so many different types of cheaters out there. There's some that do it because they've been pushed away, but then there's some that literally get off on cheating, and that's what they enjoy.
I would agree.
So it's a spectrum. Obviously, the people who have been like abused or pushed away in a bad way, they have some type of argument. It's still their fault because they didn't break up with the person. Cheating is never an excuse.
No.
You never
Oh,
should do
I
it.
agree.
Just break
Well,
up. and
it
be
never
honest.
is.
Well, I will
Yeah,
have to
it is.
say though
I agree.
that that could be true.
No, that's right.
And in my own personal situation, I took ownership of it, gave me a lot of power, and makes me very aware of how I treat my person now. And
You're improved. You're a better person.
improved is such a small word for what I've done. Like
You've
the difference,
transformed.
transformed, yeah.
Transformed.
And so I agree with you, and I also think that either person has a lot of trauma, and I don't necessarily think they're bad people. I think that they make bad decisions, and they suffer immense consequences that they may or may not even realize.
So I think we'll do another show
I think
about
so.
cheating. Yeah. Because
That's basically what this one ended up
the
being about.
We'll have a Jerry Springer edition.
No. It should be transformation after being cheated on.
There
Yes.
you go.
More positive.
Transformation.
I
That's
love that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Transformation
Thank
after
goodness
being
you're
cheated
here.
on. Yes. No, and
With
that's why
your-
she's a doctor.
Well, and I love your necklace, by the way. It's just been very
I
true.
know. So we have 2 minutes left. So how do we want to, what's the last thing you guys want to, remark on for this Christmas holiday on what you want to spread? Because we only have 2 minutes left.
Oh, man. Forgive, but don't forget. Forgiveness is for you. And in this holiday season, I've been through a lot. I used to not like this holiday season because it reminded me of too many stressful things and too many things that happened traumatically for me. And now I see it in a very different light, and
I
I'm
love that.
very forgiving. But again, the forgiveness was for me, not for the other people. So forgive, but don't forget. That's my advice.
Okay, for me, I just say spread love, spread joy, and forgive and forget. Because that's the only way you can actually enjoy. Your turn.
I would say remember those that meant the most to you, and you really had true love, what the holidays are really about, what they really mean, and honor their memory by trying to enjoy what they enjoyed.
Is this your first Christmas without John? I love you.
I loved my husband. I had true love. I was so lucky.
From 15 on.
16. I met him when I was 16.
16.
We got married when I was 26. Yeah.
So how many years together?
30.
And he was that's why we're friends,
Oh my God.
because he'd start
Neither one
talking
of
to
us
me.
ever cheated, and we only saw each other. And people would ask us, they'd come up to us and say, "How can you be so happy just to be with each other?" And it's like nobody else was even there. We'd have so much fun, and they would ask us, "What's our secret?"
And they looked like it was the first date every day, and neither one of them was jealous.
No, we weren't jealous. No, because
It's
we
a
could
beautiful
trust each
thing.
other,
Yeah.
and neither
Find
one of us
love
ever
like
cheated.
that, because this Christmas, that's what you
Yeah,
need is
no.
true love like
I was
that.
so lucky.
Yeah.
I would say yes. Here's
So
the true
fun,
love.
not
Well,
jealous.
It's all fine.
Happy and
That.
fun. Chet, what's your tip, or what do you want to say?
I would say that no matter what religion you believe in or even not, even if you don't believe in anything, you can still find a way to be grateful for your existence in this season and for this beautiful world we live in. We live in a galaxy that has over 10 billion planets, and this is the only one we know of that can sustain life. So if you can just do the math on how lucky we are to exist here, and take appreciation at that, you don't have to adhere to a certain religion to
20
find
seconds.
a way to be grateful this season and find love for not only the universe but yourself and those around you.
Spread the